friends. Hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello. So today's video, we are going to be doing a Talktorial Tuesday, and today I wanted to review some eyeshadow palettes that I actually got sent from an indie brand called Odin's Eye. This video is not sponsored, but I was sent these products for free in PR, and they sent me 2 of their palettes along with like a whole bunch of their stuff. And so this palette I thought was really, really pretty, especially this green it's kind of like a green to pink duo, which is really cool. This one, which is a little bit more fall tones with like the mustards and the oranges and the reds. So I think I'm probably gonna play with this one first, just because this is kind of what's calling me today. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that. If you want to see me just play around with some makeup and chit chat, then keep watching, and if not, that's fine. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna go, these don't have, oh, they do have names, but they're on the back. I'm gonna go in with this sort of cream shade right here. You guys know I love when a palette has a cream shade. It's my favorite thing. I'm just going to kind of pack this all over my lid to give myself like a nice base. Hello, hi. How's everyone doing? I've had, I have to say, the worst 2 weeks like ever. The week before last week, I just had so much stuff going on like in my personal life, and it just made it so I just couldn't film. I was like doing stuff every day and then dealing with stuff every day, and I had school going on, and I was just super busy, so I didn't have time to film, which always sucks because I do try to treat YouTube kind of like a job, because it kind of is. It's a very weird thing, because obviously if it was between like writing a paper or posting a video, I would write the paper, but also it's weird because it's like, well, it's silly to not call something I put so much work into a job, so I feel like I have to call it a job. But anyway, I'm gonna go in, I think I'm gonna do kind of like an orangey look with this, with maybe a pop of purple. I'm gonna go in with this like mustard shade right here, just a fluffy brush, and kind of lazily put it in the crease. So I just couldn't film, and I always hate weeks like that. Like I hate weeks where I can't film just because I don't like not putting the time into my channel that I feel like is required. So that happened, and then I was like, okay, last week of September, like we're getting back on track, here we go. And I got so sick. Like I think you can still probably hear it in my voice. I got like the most sick I have been in like a year, and Charles also got super sick. And of course, because of what's going on with the pandemic, we were like, it was like we had like coughs and really sore throats, and we felt just like horrible, but we could still smell, and we didn't have any like high fevers. I think the highest my fever got was like 100. So it was still like a low grade fever, which COVID symptoms are obviously like high fever, you can't smell or taste, and we still had those. But just to be safe, we wanted to go and get tested. Interestingly, we were actually going to be getting tested soon anyway, because we're traveling to Albany this coming weekend to be the witnesses at one of my friends' weddings. It's just us going and like them, the people getting married. So we did feel like it was a safe enough environment, and we decided to go. In New York, we've been monitoring the numbers fairly closely, and in Rochester in particular, the cases are really low. We only have, I believe, like 200 cases in Rochester right now, which is really good. And we're in like phase 5 of reopening. And in Albany, it's similar. The case numbers are super low. They're a teeny bit higher, but I think that's because they're probably closer to New York City. So we were monitoring, and we figure as long as we social distance, wear the masks, we're bringing lots of Clorox wipes, you know, be as safe as we can be. But we were gonna get tested anyway. Before we went to do that, I'm gonna go in with this bright orange shade and put it like on the inner corner crease section. We were gonna get tested anyway before we traveled to Albany, just to be safe and make sure. I feel like if you're traveling, you should just get tested just to be safe. But then we got sick, and we were like, oh shit. We were like, oh man. And obviously there was a lot of anxiety that went along with that. And weirdly, once you think you have it, I feel like my symptoms got almost worse, because in my head, I was so scared about potentially having it. We had to go to the testing site at where we are. There's like a lot of drive-through testing sites, and there's one at our local community college. So we went to the testing site, and honestly, it was super easy. First of all, like it was, if you even have a question of if you should get tested, like just go do it, because it was so easy. I think I'm gonna go in with this sort of mauvey pink color just to add a little bit more color with like a bit of a smaller brush, but basically we had to call and make appointments. And honestly, the only thing about the testing that was weird was just how surreal it was, because we haven't got this whole time, we haven't gotten tested because we've just been in our houses. We had no reason to get tested. And it was just so weird. Like, it was so post-apocalyptic. It felt like a movie. It was weird because both Charles and I have gone to classes at this community college. So to see like where we used to park be a testing site was just so surreal and weird. And everybody really is all, you know, in the PPE, which makes sense, but it was still just strange. And then we had to wait. Oh, quite a bit of fallout on that map. Oh, hello. Then we just obviously had a few days where we had to like wait for the results, and we were negative, which we kind of figured we were, but again, really good just to be safe and double check if you have any suspicion that you have it. So we think what we have is just something that a lot of our other friends actually were getting, which was just like a cold that's really bad. It seems like it's another sort of respiratory bug that's just going around right now. But honestly, once we were in the clear with COVID, it was actually kind of nice. It was a little bit of a break. I think I don't take a lot of breaks from YouTube. I definitely will go, I'm gonna go in with this brown shade here just to deepen things up. I'll definitely go like days I'll skip uploads or something, but I can't remember the last time. I think it was in January actually, was the last time I did that, where I took a like actual break. Like I just stopped posting for like a week. And it was actually kind of nice. Charles ended up taking some sick days, which he never does. So that should tell you how much this kind of wiped us out. He took some sick days and we just like posted up in bed with the dog and just like, you know, chilled. And it was actually really, despite the fact that I felt horrible, it was really nice. The thing about me when I get sick, that's like the thing I hate about myself, is I revert into a 5-year-old and I just like complain and cry and can't function and like absolutely just hate my life the second I get sick. And even now, like fighting through to like upload and stuff, I'm like, and do schoolwork. I like went to classes and I was like, ugh, felt so bad. I think I'm gonna use this sort of gold shade right here, just on kind of the outer part of my lid. Yeah, so that's where I was for 2 weeks. I did talk about it on Twitter. Also, thank you to everyone who is so nice on Twitter, but normally if I don't post for a while, I usually update you guys on Twitter about like what's going on. And then I'm gonna go into this white shade here. Wasn't super impressed with that gold glitter. It was a little dry for me. Oh, it's like white with gold in it. Oh, that's pretty. This is actually kind of a duochrome as well. The glitters are definitely a little bit more dry, which I typically prefer something a little bit creamier, but I'm not like, I might actually try these with a brush because they're drier. I think a brush might actually work better. Normally I like to use my finger with shimmers, but this one definitely applies a lot better with a wet brush. In all seriousness, like I feel like we're very lucky in that it is free to get tested here in New York. It was easy to do. The test itself actually wasn't that bad. I've heard like horror stories of because they did the thing where they stick it up your nose, and it really was not that bad. And I'm glad that we were able to just like rule that out. It was a huge relief. I'm gonna mix these 2 orange shades for, actually maybe I'll do like a purple under my eye. No, I actually kind of like how neutral this is. I'm just gonna keep it that way. I also just want to say thank you to you guys, just because I know the last Talktorial I posted, I was kind of in my feelings a little bit, feeling a little bit moody, I was feeling a little sad. And since then, I've just felt so much better. I also think that was where the break kind of helped me too, was I just feel a little bit more like ready to do YouTube again. I think unintentionally having all that stuff happen like worked out okay for me, and being sick, because I was able to just like take a break, and I think I needed it a little bit. I'm gonna go just with that brown again as well. I think the fact that I was letting hate impact me so much was a really telling sign of like, okay, maybe I should just like take a step back for a minute. And now I feel like I was planning out October, because I plan every month, at the beginning of the month, I plan out my entire like monthly filming schedule. Obviously there's like room for interpretation and room to move things around, but I try to have at least for every day that I want to post, I have a video idea for that day. So even if I want to move things around, I'm still good. And I just felt so rejuvenated with ideas. Like I just felt like ready to do all of these different things, which was really cool. And I want to thank you guys for being so just like nice and supportive. The comment section of that video is literally the most positive thing on the planet, and it was so needed at that point in time. Can't tell you guys how much I needed a little like positivity, and I just so appreciate it. I have Hamilton stuck in my head, I'm sorry. I'm like, Angelica, hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal and will not be Thomas Jefferson. I'm gonna compel him to include women. I'm gonna throw on a gloss with this look, and I'm actually going to use, I was debating between these two. I have been, Midas Cosmetics, who I've worked with before, came out with a new gloss formula that I am in love with. They're the icing glosses. Their clear one I've been using every day since I got it, and I'm in love. First of all, it smells amazing. It smells like cupcakes. I've also been loving the shade Strawberry, which is just this really gorgeous like pinky one. Super good for like every day, especially for someone like me. You can use code Smokey Glow for 20% off, or you can use any other code that Midas has for 20% off, and that is an affiliate code for me, but I truly do. This is like my favorite thing from the collection that they came out with. All right, friends, so that is going to be it for me. This is the look we created with the Odin's Eye palette. Let's do our mandatory narcissistic montage, and then we can leave the video. Play Alexander Hamilton from Hamilton the Musical on Apple Music. Anyone else highly obsessed with Hamilton, or is it, I can't be the only one. I will say about these palettes, so far, really liked it. I feel like this look turned out gorgeous. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. The mattes performed beautifully. They blended amazing. I will say I wish the shimmers were a little bit better. I wasn't a huge fan of the shimmers, but I thought the mattes performed super well. On top of that, they actually sent me some of their blushes, and the blushes I love. The blushers are so cute and super pigmented and nice. I'm a big fan of these, and I think if you like the color stories, the packaging, everything about this is super unique and cool, and I know the brand itself is really awesome as well. So hi, it's editing me days later. The outro of this video just wasn't clicking, wasn't connecting, but thank you guys. I literally messed up like 5 times and would have had to splice everything together. So in summary, go register to vote, like this video, and subscribe if you want, or don't. Thanks for being here. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Goodbye. Have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye.